Hi friends, welcome to Transformation Unlimited YouTube channel. Today I have Mr. Ajith Kaikini with me. Okay, so while speaking, you will come to know more about Ajith. Okay, Ajith, how you want to define yourself?
If you really ask me, I think I'm very creative and um, I've been able to do a lot of new things in my life. That's what I've been realizing.
Okay, and uh, what's about your childhood?
My childhood, those days I used to always feel I don't have facilities.
Hmm.
Frankly speaking, the lack of facilities helped me to squeeze out my faculties from within.
Yeah, many people will think they have a lot of problems. In fact, those problems supports us. They forget that, isn't it?
Yes, yes. Actually, I've seen one thing. Problem, if you probe properly
Ah,
with love and enthusiasm,
hmm.
motivation to achieve something greater, because you don't want to live in this time.
Yes, and no
Longer.
pain, no gain.
Absolutely. So I will tell it the other way.
Uh,
Know the pain and you'll know the gain.
okay, no,
Yeah.
instead of no, NO, we have to
Yeah,
put KNOW.
absolutely. Those who respect pain,
Huh.
those who know the pain, we will know that is the price to be paid for every gain.
Yes, yes. See, how come pharmacist become a trainer?
Uh, okay. I think anybody can become a trainer if you have kept your mind open.
Okay.
Because training means I am using my experience to uplift somebody
Hmm.
where I have used what and give them a stepping stone.
You are not only using experience, you are using your expertise also. Am I correct?
I think if you call that I have faced them before them and you call me expert, okay. But
Because
yeah.
both experience and expertise goes hand in hand. Because without
Hmm.
expertise, if you are just moving ahead with our years, just age
Hmm.
matters. Okay.
Let me tell you one thing.
Okay.
Experience, I could have bad experience. So expertise cannot come with bad experience. Now,
Okay.
number two, if I have a bad experience and if I contemplate and reflect on it, then I become a what you call expert.
Okay. Okay.
I'll give you an example.
Hmm.
To Kerala to conduct a training program.
Hmm.
And there was a person who had kept a Malayali who had kept 2,000 rupees training on how not to fail in business.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And it was packed, 100 people had come. So I went and met him, because he's a trainer. So I told him, oh, how did you learn how not to be a failure? Sir, I failed in business in Bangalore. I lost 3 lakh rupees. Last month I did one program, I got 2 lakhs. Now I'm getting 2 lakhs. I'm making more money, more money by telling people not to fail because I've made those mistakes.
Okay. Good.
Ah,
Yes, sir. There is now one word is coming up in newspapers often.
hmm.
That word is startup.
Yeah.
What do you mean by startup?
See, what has happened is all these years in India, we were a jugaad country. Only when things become very bad, we give.
Hmm.
We only knew innovation, we knew renovation.
Hmm.
But creation was only the Western world thing where there were freedom given to children.
Correct.
Creation is when you take risks, calculated and intelligent risk without fear. But unfortunately in India, don't do this, don't do that, what they will think, what she will think, what if you don't get a job. So we were brainwashed. But today's children are getting exposure, experiences. They've learned to evaluate, much more intelligent than many parents. And therefore, they are taking risks, and their parents have made enough money, so they can afford to take risk.
Yes. In fact, entrepreneurship, the other meaning of entrepreneurship is taking risk. Am I correct?
Yeah, see, Antarprerna probably became entrepreneur. Yeah.
Very good. They are ready to face any challenges.
Yes, yes,
Basically.
yes.
Because,
See, when ICICI ad is there, no, Main Hoon Na. So
mm,
parents are made for them.
mm.
Have two houses, they're getting rent, so they can afford to take risk.
Yeah, I just want to know what are the challenges you have faced when you started buoyancy?
See, today, when I started 30 years back, to get a loan from bank was very difficult. There were no people who would come and give you funds. Angel investor and all was not heard at all.
Mm.
Today, people have money. They're looking out for ideas. There are people with ideas, no money. So it's like clapping a hand. So it has become very easy. But I faced a lot of problems to get 10 lakh rupees in 1996 was a great problem. I wanted to build one building and somebody donated me a land. So land is not mine. I'm taking a loan to build one building on somebody else's donated land. So there were a lot of issues.
Okay.
There also
Your focus was mainly on children.
yeah.
What made you to go ahead like that?
See what happened. Basically, we started with the teenagers because they're the right age to get direction.
Okay.
The change in the teenagers, the parents said, why don't you backward integrate and take the children who are younger? So within 1 or 2 months, they found a big change in them. Then they said to start for the youth. And looking at the change in them, the parents started joining. When they started changing, the companies asked, oh, how did you change? Because of buoyancy. That is how we got introduced to companies.
Okay.
Looking back, yeah.
Uh, just for numbers, may I know how many people you have trained so far?
I myself must have trained more than 5 lakh people.
Good, good, very good, very good.
And thanks to Rotary and Lions, I
Hmm.
must have done both put together more than 5 lakhs only for Rotary Lion.
Mm-hmm.
130 Railas, Rotary Youth Leadership Award for Rotary during the centenary year.
Okay.
And after that, many more I did.
Mm.
I've done around 300 Railas by now. And for Lions, they have a leadership academy.
Mm-hmm.
Them in 1 year, thanks to one what you call governor, Lion Nagaraj.
Mm.
Him alone, I've done 60,000 students in 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are known as a corporate trainer also.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate your experience?
Yeah. See, what happened was, as I told you, I was doing training program for children.
Mm.
Looking at the change in children, parents started coming on weekends.
Mm.
They found a change. They became confident. So they took me to their companies. And then I was introduced to ITC, then slowly Wipro. Then I became a part of large change initiatives, Bisleri 500 ml launch. Then for ITC, 5,000 poorest villages were made the richest villages through their program called E-Chaupal.
Mm-hmm.
One company which was only 13 crores in 2005 to this last year, it became 1,000 crores. So how they shifted from service to manufacturing. And then before the pandemic, I took one company in Bombay. They came to know through Bisleri, and they were hovering around 8 crores, and they wanted to touch the double digit. For 3 years, they were hovering around 8, 9, 8, 9.
Mm-hmm.
Suggested, contact Ajith in Bangalore.
Okay.
When I went and interviewed the people, I found that the problem was with the people. So I told him, what double digit? I will touch 25, 30. He laughed at me, but we did touch 30 crores.
Very good, very good. For newcomers for the startup field, what's your major advice to them?
See, what people do mistake is they go where the money is there.
Okay.
You go where the interest is there. So when you go where your interest is there, what you love to do, then what happens is when problems come, because you love to do and your interest is there, you'll never back out. But when you go where there is money, you will close down immediately. There is a problem.
That's the main reason.
Yeah. See,
Because
most
they
of the
don't have passion towards what they are doing.
absolutely only two things are necessary: passion and purpose.
Yes.
Only two things are necessary. So what happens is when you have passion and purpose, you don't mind preparing for it. You don't mind practicing for it because you're loving what you're doing, right?
And you won't look at the time also sometime, major times.
That's true because when you love what you're doing, where is the time?
Yes.
You're celebrating life. You're not tolerating.
Correct. In fact, entrepreneurship is the need of the hour, no?
Yeah, see what has happened is today India needs to create jobs. And the more and more entrepreneurship is instilled in our during the high school. By the time they finish their professional courses, they would have already converted the seed into a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Then get exposure in a company, which is a must according to me. Otherwise, what happens? Why reinvent the wheel? Already, if you join, in a company, you learn what to do, what not to do. So we need to create jobs nowadays. Okay.
Okay.
And especially all MBA students, I tell, don't do MBA and look for a job. MBA means create jobs. Start your own startups.
Okay. Without experience also, they can start.
No. I told you,
Ah,
if 2 years they work in some company and
okay.
go with a
It's
plan,
a sort of training for them,
that's
preparing,
right.
gearing
That's
up.
that's right.
So
See,
they have to
even
gear
a
up in whatever
doctor,
they feel. Yes,
correct. Even a doctor after MBBS has to work as a locum in some hospital.
correct.
He has to go to the village and work for a few months. It's because, see, intellectually understanding and practically doing, there are two different things.
Correct.
I can teach you about swimming, but unless you enter the water, you cannot swim.
So that the practical experience is always matters.
I think practical exposure, experience, evaluation, all three are necessary.
Okay. Good.
Because one is exposure to river water,
Hmm,
exposure to sea water, and then you experience some different, then you evaluate.
correct.
When you evaluate, there is a realization which happens.
Hmm. It seems these days both state governments and central governments are supporting the
Oh,
startups.
today, if you're in a startup, you will get money, you will get incubation, they'll give you a place, they'll give you everything.
Okay.
You only have to decide, decide and have a proper plan.
Yes. I heard that there are a lot of incubation centers. So what do you mean by that?
See, incubation center means, see, when egg becomes a chicken, when you keep it at the right temperature, at the right time, and the gestation period has to be respected. Similarly, till my business becomes sturdy, I will be supported by people who know about business, or maybe who already are in such a business, or maybe some retired people. So they help you, they handhold you, and tell you how to go about it.
Are mentors required for these people to support them, especially the startups?
It is like asking me, do you need a teacher to learn ABCD?
But still, purposefully, I'm asking this question because many people think that they can do whatever they want. That's the reason.
No, it is like this. Uh, See, mentors are okay. I've seen mentors spoiling the mood of the juniors also. The reason is I have 30 years experience in the industry. But today the whole industry is outdated. So suppose somebody comes with a new idea, uh, it is his idea. It is emanated from intuition. So just because I've got 30 years experience, but my experience has got nothing to do what he is doing.
Okay. That
Junior
means they
will
have to identify proper mentors, open-minded
wonderful.
mentors.
Yes. And a mentor should be guiding and not giving advice as per his past.
Yes, I appreciate this answer because one should be open-minded to the new ideas. Especially these startup people will have so much of ideas, so much of creativity. We should allow such people to execute what they want instead of proposing our own ideas, isn't it?
Very true. Very true.
Yes, sir. In fact, in general, is mentoring is essential for everyone.
See, what is the meaning of mentor? What you are meant to do and you need to do, you don't know. You have the goal in plan, but the path is not there. So, mentor's job is by asking you questions, coach you to think bigger and think of problems which could be avoided.
Okay. Then what's the difference between mentoring and training?
See, training means I'm developing a skill. A football coach is training the person to play football the way it should be played. It's already known. The coach played the game. Okay. But mentoring means I cannot come behind you and train you.
Hmm.
I can only mentor you, wherein you come and ask me questions. And I will give you two, three suggestions, and you only have to think which is the best suggestion.
Okay. Today, the whole world has come to has become a real village. Actually,
Hmm.
earlier they used to say, but now today we are watching. Even
Hmm.
in just one mobile, many people are doing great businesses, big
Hmm.
businesses.
Hmm.
How do you find these type of inventions like mobile, uh,
Yeah, see what
television?
happens, I'll tell you.
Hmm.
You think they are doing business, but they forget their business is also relationship.
Hmm.
Their business is also happiness. Their business is also wellness. But most are getting psyched about money
Hmm.
much that the feel bad factor goes up and they get addicted to mobile, which gives them feel good factor.
Okay.
Where the life is going imbalanced, topsy turvy.
Okay. What's your opinion about utilizing the media and social media for the startups?
See, let me tell you one thing. Food is good, extra food is bad. Voltage is good, extra voltage is bad. Social media is good as long as you don't get addicted to it. But who are the people who get addicted to it? People whose psychological bank balance of feel good goes low, they get addicted to this because then they are shifting from the responsibilities and the problems that they need to face.
Okay.
Mm.
No, can't these people, startups can do business with such people?
Yeah, definitely. See, a startup who can solve these problems of what you're talking about, definitely there is a big scope, but there you need the exposure about psychology. And
Okay.
that is the most challenging thing because your reason for getting addicted is different, B's reason is different, C's reason is different. Because everything depends on the mindset,
Hmm.
exposure, the experiences.
Okay. What are the qualities required for an entrepreneur?
See, number one is calculated and intelligent risk taking. But unfortunately, people want to play safe. When you play safe, nothing can happen. Today, what water is to a seed, risk is to a human being. That is why, even in banking, if you want less risk, the returns are less. If you want to take more risk, the returns are more. You have heard about this, you know, that entrepreneur who died recently. In one generation, he has become the richest man in India.
Hmm.
His name. He's starting one airlines also.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Just died about 15 days back. So he, with 15 rupees, he came to Bombay.
Hmm.
Started investing, and within a short time, he had few crores. And now there is no looking back.
Some Gunjanwala,
Yeah, yeah, Junjunwala, Junjun.
Junjanwala.
Yeah, right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, Ajit, actually, interacting with experts also supports these startup guys, no?
Oh, not only interacting with experts, simply going to the place where your products are selling the most.
Okay, okay.
Ah,
And you are a
uh,
good salesman, Ajit. What are your sales ideas you want to share?
See, sales idea is very simple. If
Uh,
I go fishing, I cannot put what I like, what food I like. I have to use the ugly, wriggly worms.
okay.
Similarly, when I go selling, I have to speak from your point of view. So a person has to go from talking to speaking to conversing to communicating to persuading to influencing.
Hmm.
These steps, but I only invest money thinking business will come. No, business, the major part is sales. Today, people manufacture best of goods. You must have seen many great hotels, great cooks. If you do not develop the communication skill, communication is a lubrication for relations.
Yes.
A person who develops communication skill is not only able to sell, but motivate the juniors, influence the banks to invest money. So many things are there. Communication is the frontier line.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So
of
I
course,
work on that.
communication comes under life skills. Can
Yeah,
you
it comes.
explain the role of life skills for a startup person?
Yeah, see, just like a computer is a hardware,
Hmm.
not a software, that hardware is useless. Similarly, every human being is a hardware. If you want to do business, you need the software. It helps you to integrate the hardware and the software to produce results. Yeah.
You made buoyancy as a brand.
Mm.
What is the importance of a brand?
I never made anything as a brand. If you are able to deliver what the people want, the people make it a brand. You cannot make anything a brand. I've seen people spending tons of money to convert something into brand. It never turns into a brand.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
Your service level should be so high. The end result, people's experience should be superfluous by virtue of which they make it a brand. You can't make anything a brand.
Yes, it's a very good answer. I liked it. Yes, sir. Uh, for doing a business, identifying the business
Hmm.
is what is most required, actually.
Correct.
If
Correct.
someone is having two, three different ideas, how they
Hmm.
have to prioritize?
Yeah, see, number one is, do I love it? Because if I love what I'm doing,
Hmm.
no adversity is going to kill me.
Okay.
Number two, do the people require it? Because you may come with a car which can run at 400 kilometers per hour in 1 second. Okay. But then what are the repercussions? Can you drive the car for 400 kilometers on the road? No. Number three, what will be the petrol consumption? Number four, what will be the cost? So you idea is great, but utility. So utility should be there. Number three, the cost should be cost effective.
Good, good.
Four,
Yes.
search the right section of people.
Correct.
Like I have selected people, parents who are interested in empowering the children. My affordability doesn't depend on the money. Some very rich people who can afford my course do not send the children, hey, I've got a business, they will sit, I will teach them. Whereas I've seen people taking loans and joining our courses because the parents know that my child needs this. They are futuristic.
Yeah, that means self-investment is the best investment, which many people doesn't know.
Yeah, investment on the self rather
Yes.
than self investment, investment on the self. See, what happens is people make a wrong decision of buying a house and giving all facilities for the children. But they forget that unless they invest on the child to become a property, buying a property will go away. He will not be able to retain it.
Correct, correct. Uh, I think our YouTube viewers will benefit from your all whatever experience you have gained. I call it as a wisdom for these startup persons. Thank you very much for being with us.
You're
Thank
welcome,
you.
Jayaprakash. Thank you very much for this wonderful interview. I'm sure whatever little experiences I have had in last 30 years should be able to help a few startups. Thank you.
Definitely. Bye-bye.